Topondruf El Pandru Kuperna Divine Guidance Ifo Sondrufu Alakui Sefer Lan Darawan Yufo Bandrusu.
Hi, I'm Patricia McNair, your host of Divine Guidance with Patricia. If you are bursting to embrace and strengthen your connection to your divine guidance, your whole being, this is the show for you. Join me the first and third Wednesday of the month at 9 a.m. Pacific on transformationtalkradio.com. Are you ready to discover the amazing gift of the universe that is you? On Divine Guidance with Patricia, Spirit and I will trigger you to embrace and validate the light that you are. On my show, I will bring you thought-provoking, inspiring messages designed to ignite a spark of spiritual awareness, the first step to becoming a whole being. Join me on Divine Guidance with Patricia and discover your gifts and awaken your true sense of self to embrace and empower your spiritual, mental, and emotional well-being. Divine Guidance with Patricia starts now. There's a lot going on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I say that every opener, don't I? But it's true. There's so much going on. So glad to be back with all of you again, getting back into my shows, doing my thing. Wow, November. Can you imagine? It's almost 2025. Holy, I feel like a dinosaur when I say that. Anyways, today on the show, I had mentioned something about meditation. And you know me, I'm a breaker of illusion, especially the lies and programs and indoctrination that spiritual gurus and book writers have been doing for centuries. And they're basically, I know when I started seeing in books some of the validation of what I was doing, it really excited me. But I took a look at some of them and went, no, that doesn't sound right to me. That's not okay. So if you're coming into a consciousness level where you're starting to feel like some of the material, of spirituality, just it's not working for you. And I know I worked with a lot of clients, especially years ago, who truly felt that they didn't have what it took to be spiritual. I don't understand this part. This part doesn't make sense to me. I can't meditate, so I must not be spiritual. I can't get into that zone. And what's all this about raising frequency? And how do I know? Where's my dial? And where's my output that shows me what my frequency is? There's so much going on. And right now, especially right now, we came into the age of Aquarius yesterday. So amazing. But the energy was off the charts, of course. I guess what I'm saying is there's a lot of bucklaw. Bucklaw, that's a new word for me. I'll write that down. About how to be spiritual and how to get it right. Am I doing this okay? Why can't I do that? And it's really sad. For me, spirituality means there's no rules. I'm not going to put myself in a box. It took me 30-some years to state the fact that I'm a born seer. What does that label mean to anybody or even to me? But in promoting myself and trying to get myself out there, I had to let people know who I am and what I do. And that's okay. And that's about as far as labeling as I'd like to go. I've never been able to meditate. Years ago, I thought that was a terrible thing. It's like, oh my goodness, I can't settle my mind down. I can't get into this. And I tried everything, every different method that I could come up with. So if you're out there, and especially in these energies and these times, and you're all concerned and worried about getting to this 5D, whatever that is, and raising your frequency, to me, raising my frequency if I'm down is to become grateful and to zone in on all those things that I'm blessed with. Sometimes it's hard, trust me. And I believe you when you say that it's hard sometimes, Patricia. What are you talking about? Or a song, I'll put on, usually I'll put on Kadush, or I'll put on some drums and something that will, when they say you're feeling down, that is an indication that your energies are down, your frequency's down, something's blocking, or some life is happening. Let's just put it that way. Life is happening. And that's A-okay. So to raise your frequency is to be happy, to be in joy, to do things that make your soul sing and your heart dance. It's as simple as that. There's no higher or lower method. There's no right or wrong way. And meditation, wow. I've spoken a lot about this, and the course that I'm going to start up again in January and in March, the 4 conscious bodies, how you're automatically connected. That has been the biggest thing for me, because I came in consciously aware and thinking everyone else was consciously aware and not really understanding. So when you come in consciously aware and you start reading this stuff, and to do this in order to reach your consciousness, and I should have known by reading the stuff, hey? But I didn't quite realize I was already consciously aware of my spirit, my soul. So I didn't need to get to that step to get in touch with my spirit, my soul, my whole being. But I was trying it anyways, because that's what they said to do. And you want to be spiritual, you've got to, be able to do these things and walk on water. And yeah, right. You just have to be you, guys. Your spirit will guide you. Inform. You'll know how to dance to the beat of your own drum. Be you. That's how you can be spiritual. Some people like running. They put the little headsets in with the music, and they're running down in the middle of a park and beautiful trees and water. They're actually meditating as they do their run. Some people, I call the tub my office, because I'm in the tub and I'm getting messages left, right, and center, and sending out commands left, right, and center. So I'm consciously aware of my connection. Meditation is a way to get to that Zen state, to get to that 0 point, to get to that center of your being. Meditation is also prayer. When you're praying, you're meditating to your higher power and to the creator. So what is conscious meditating? Everything I've just explained. Conscious meditation. So let's say you've tried the singing bowls, the gongs, the rain stick, you've done drumming, you've done the water trickling, ocean sound in the background, you've done the tuning forks, you've done the om, you've done all of that. And you haven't been able to quite get to that place that everyone else has described, that peace, that just feeling like you are connected to every cell and fiber of your being. And what I've shared with you with the conscious body is that the brain, physical mind, physical brain, is automatically a receiver of your spiritual mind. So with that said, a lot of teachings of meditation is to shut your brain off or shut it down. And yet the brain knows it's a receiver and it's ready to do its work and to receive from the spiritual mind if you would only ask for them to come together. So what I would do if I was confused about anything in my spirituality, and what I do is I ask for the specific instructions for Patricia. How do I meditate? How do I connect? Because every day is different. Some days I can really just sit here and listen to the birds and I'm connected and I'm in there. And other days I've got to really work at it and clear. So everything that is not Patricia has to be absolutely cleared and put on the side. If it's stuff I have to work on, but I'm not ready for whatever reason, or I don't have the time right now, I still put those in a basket, because you don't get rid of stuff until you actually do the work and clear it. So with that said, I don't have to clear my whole being to be connected to that sacred space that I need to receive a message or to send out intent to the universe. I don't have to clear my whole slate. I can set it to the side, knowing that I need to go back in and clear some of this shift. So when I start to connect and just have some space to do my meditative work, however that looks like today for me, I responsibly know that I have to come back and clear stuff later. So after this first break, we'll get back into meditation, the different types, and we'll get back into how to clear and how to be ready and how to not be hard on yourself. So we'll see you right after this break. Thanks. Welcome back to Divine Guidance with Patricia. We were talking about meditation. We were talking about some of the spiritual things that we, and I include myself, get caught up in doing it right, or, getting frustrated or feeling like we don't get it. A lot of people over the last 20, 25 years have actually woken up, but they've woken up alone by themselves. Ouch. And so with that, they haven't had a lot of validation from people around them. They haven't, a lot of, especially humanitarians and those people who have been awake for years, have actually had a lot of discrimination from those who don't get the spiritual aspect of it. And so they've kind of had to awaken on their own and reach out and find groups or information. And that can be quite intimidating and overwhelming. My email is connect@divineguidance.earth. I'm open anytime somebody wants to email me with a question or, can I have some divine guidance and this or that? So email me, especially if you're going through it right now, because we're going to see a huge, huge amount of people that have been teeter-tottering into knowing, not knowing, knowing, not knowing. They're going to come away in the next 30 to 40 days, and it's going to be a huge, huge event. So anyone out there who's a practitioner of any kind in any way that provides a service, I would ask you to take a look at donating at least one service a month or something, just to get yourself out there. There are people that are going to be waking up, realizing their divine beauty. That's the best part for me, is when I see the lights go on and people know how divine and worthy and beautiful, and that they're more than just the physical. And oh my goodness, I've always had this passion, didn't know why. Can you help me? There's so much, and they're going to wake up so fast. And as a matter of fact, some of them are going to be way past me or you, and that's okay, because they're waking up in the time that they were supposed to wake up, and that they're needed. And their services will greatly help the new earth and the beautiful world that we're all creating. So don't worry when people wake up and they're so wow, advanced right away, instead of doing the hard knocks that we've done over the years. That's okay. That's the beauty of being here in form and being spiritual, is you wake up when you're supposed to, hopefully, or you get a little nudge from the universe here and there. But a lot of people are going to be waking up, bringing these fantastic energies and knowledge and codes and even songs and vibrations and gifts, and they're needed. So let's help them. Let's help them. Let's be there for them, like others weren't for us when we were going through it. We know how hard it is to walk this path and not have that collaboration and that validation. Some of the stuff that I realized scared the heck out of me until I could get it balanced and understand it. And anyone who's waking up out there right now and you're confused, you're exhausted, because just waking up, it takes a lot of energy with what's going on with the vibratory aspect of Mother Earth right now, because her ascension's going full speed ahead. And anybody out there who is waking up, who is a little confused, who, just wants to say, hey, I woke up, give somebody, that's doing this and reaching out for people and being of service to others. Even if it's not me, give them an email. Everyone out there that's walking their journey right now, and holding the light for the new earth, I guarantee they'll be open to an email from somebody opening up and reaching out. Not to be above you, because if you contact me, I'm not above you. I'm me, you're you, and we're sharing that divine spark of oneness together in that moment, in that experience, and that's my passion. Contact somebody, reach out to them, because everybody in this field or in this realm of consciousness, we're open. We're open to be there. We're here to be of service. We are here to be of service. I know I am. So with that said, reach out. It's okay. Everyone wakes up the way they wake up. Everyone does. Even people who have been awake for years shut down for one reason or another, whether it's heartbreak or a loss of a loved one or grief. There's many ways that some of really gifted beings can shut down and then reopen. Near-death experience is actually you're graduating to a higher level of consciousness. You're coming more into your gifts, more into your knowing. So you have a near-death experience where you go out and you grab more of your whole being and your essence and you bring it in, so that you've got it now to go the next level and the next level and the next level. And that doesn't mean, well, I'm getting stuck in this level thing. I'm really not one for labels. I was having a conversation, actually a partial session with my husband and my brother the other night. And it was like, everybody's struggling to get to 5D. Okay. fair enough. Whoever come up with that, whatever's going on with that, it worked for them. I'm not judging anything. I know the first time that I heard it, everyone heard my reaction was, what are you talking about? Your brow size? 5D, 4D, 6D, whatever. You know, what I discovered in the session with my husband and brother the other night was what oneness is needing now is to know that we're all multi-dimensional beings. We go in and out of different dimensions, and the dimensions aren't set up as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that one is higher or lower than another dimension. The universe does not work like that. We need to get with the program here, or get out of the program here, I should say. 3D had its purpose. 5D has its purpose. 8D has its purpose. 12D has its purpose. Whatever the divine intent of that dimension. And this is connected to meditation. I'll bring it back here. Don't worry. So what the oneness needs to know is that we work in and out of multi-dimensions, and especially with Mother Earth going in and out of her planes and dimensions now, removing anything that is not of her divine purpose and bringing in her holy gifts, her energies, her frequencies, her light, her codes, her DNA, her language, bringing all that in. So with that said, Mother Earth is definitely past the point where everything upon her can shift and work in and out of all dimensions. So the step in order to understand what is being revealed as 5D by some people is the fact of raising consciousness. And they put that out there with such strong, you got to raise your vibration, you got to raise your frequency, you got to raise your consciousness. I would like to put this out there. And this is my spin on it. It doesn't have to be yours. Why do we have to raise anything? Why do we have to raise a vibration or a frequency? What if we opened our being? Hey, Patricia, I am open to knowing and being all that I am. My whole being. I call you forward to work in unity. Opening the heart, opening the mind, opening the soul connection, opening the vibratory knowledge of emotions and energy and how to do that. You know, so with that opening, staying open, not judging, not labeling, not trying to fit into somebody else's spiritual box. I mean, this is what we were doing all through the physical. And this is how we got into the mess that we're in right now. And this is how the duality became part of our lifestyle, where we need to know pain in order to know joy. And I call BS on that, straight out. We are beautiful divine beings, and we just have to take away everything that is not part of our beautiful divine beings, things we've adopted and adapted and gone through. May have altered our knowing of who we are or our understanding of what we're here for, but it hasn't altered who we are. And there's the difference. And so with that said, right after this break, we will get more into how all I've just shared, raising, opening, has to do with meditation. So we'll see you when I get back. Thanks. Welcome back to Divine Guidance with Patricia. I just had a few minutes to get to know my new producer a little bit, Nat. He's doing fantastic. So with that said, excuse me, opening up to you, first of all. And so many times, you know, I'm I'm partial to this sometimes too, is we open up to others' energy, and we hold other people on such a high level, a pedestal almost. I have a beautiful, beautiful friend of almost 40 years, Miss Edna. And I used to look up to her like she was my teacher. And one thing she continuously told me is, Trish, you are beautiful. You are so gifted. And I didn't accept that because I didn't understand what gifted meant. And what do you mean? What are my gifts? You know, can I go out and heal people or do stuff? And until I really accepted that value within my own being, then I was able to look at her as a beautiful being that came into my life that shared her side and I shared mine. And so I got to understand oneness a little bit better by opening up to me. It's not selfish. It's a responsibility and a right. So to open up to you allows you to open up to others on a whole different level and frequency. You're not looking for that shining validation anymore. You know that you actually have to do some of this purging and cleansing to validate your own abilities as you go along. So with that said, how many people, raise your hands, know what starseed they're connected to in this lifetime? How many people, raise your hand, know what vibration and frequency they're actually resonating on most times? How many people, raise your hand, don't have a clue? You know what? Everyone that raised your hand, you're all right. Right or wrong. I don't like that. You're all okay. You're all there where you are. And there's no judgment. There should not be a judgment. If you reach out to somebody for spiritual assistance and they have to train you, teach you, give you stuff that includes any type of put down, they're not working in the light. They're not working in, they're not clear that day. They're not, I don't know, but you know, you don't have to put others down when they're reaching out for assistance. So there's no ego in it. There shouldn't be any ego in it. It should be, oh my goodness, another beautiful light of God has come forward, and I get to see that part of me that they are carrying in this lifetime that I'm not carrying. So with that said, that excites me. That gives me a passion. So everybody that raised your hand, take a look at how you meditate, how you get to your Zen position, how you get to your center. And is it working for you? Then be open to try another method, another way. Conscious meditation is when you're absolutely, you can connect in with a prayer while you're baking cookies or at the post office. You know, when you go for a walk, people go for a walk to clear their head. And clearing your head, you're opening your mind. You know, there are so many ways that we tap in to our core, to our being, which for me, if that doesn't have the label meditation, I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. For years, I couldn't get myself to meditate. I couldn't do that. Sit there. And I really put myself down for it. So this is why I'm really strongly doing this today, because I've come across a couple other clients that are so hard on themselves because they can't meditate. Well, here's the deal too. When all this how to meditate came out, were the frequencies of Mother Earth this high? Was the ascension process at the stage it is now? So a lot of people are waking up and a lot of people are coming into the knowing that they are connected to the universe and they're excited and they want to go out and do this now. But they're finding some of the old teachings. And all old teachings are bad. I love the ancient teachings. I really do. What I cannot handle and I will not tolerate is the labeling of it. Is the fact that you have to do this way. Never, 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 never have I correlated with that. People call me a rebel, whatever you want to call me. But I choose to find out myself what works for me. And I share that out. Conscious meditation is a very beautiful experience. It means that you can be connected to your whole being, receive messages, tap into your spiritual mind as you're walking around your house, as you're doing life. You're connected and you have that knowing, which is an energy, which is a pure knowing that I'm okay with this. This is what I'm doing, and I'm following divine guidance. The difference is getting a rigid mind and getting stuck in self-will. Okay? So when you get something you're comfortable with and you stay on that and you just stay there. So what is it that you're not doing that I said is the main thing to do? You're closing down. You're being comfortable. You're staying there, whether it's fear, whether it's, okay, this is working for me, I'm sticking with this. You're not open. And so then you start creating programs for other people to fit in your comfort zone. I can tell you, and I'm not better than anyone else. This is my style. This is my being. This is my whole being. This is how I came in to share. A soul session with me, it goes up and down all over the place because I'm open to what that soul and spirit and spiritual teachers and holy group are wanting for me to share with that other beautiful being. I'm not above that being because I can give them divine guidance. I am giving them different opportunities. And when opportunity knocks, don't complain about the noise. That's what I do. What they do with that, their perception of me, their perception of them, whether they take divine action or not, that is entirely up to them. And I have no issue with leaving that with them. It's not my responsibility. I'm not going to get my ego caught into whether they're going to do anything that I share with them during that session. I give it with the love of my being. And sometimes I don't even have to understand it. I'll say, hey, I'm getting this message. I don't have to get this, but this is the message. And if it fits for you. Most times somebody will say, yeah, what? Yes, I get what you're saying. I don't need to know any deeper than that unless Spirit wants me to get them to clarify something or to bring it more clear to them. Then I need to go a little bit further. But other than that, so keep an ego out of it. Always allows. So with that said, how you meditate, how you connect, and for sure, you know what, if you're really out there and you don't have a clue and you grab onto something, and that's your base. Everyone has a base, and their base is beautiful because it's what brings them out and opens them up. But remember not to cling and stick to anything just because that's how you began or that's how you remembered who you are. The glorious beauty of everything is knowing there's more. And you won't get to experience everything in one lifetime, but you may get to have your soul memory. and remember things that you did in every lifetime. That's the beauty of it. There's no right or wrong with him. So if you can't or not able to meditate, especially at this time and the time going forward, then ask your being to give you clarity on how to open and how to move ahead. Because there's so many, and this is another course that I teach, initiations of the soul. There's so many different levels of the soul. And those are all things that you obtain as you go along and you become more aware. Okay. I have, I sat on my glasses earlier, so I'm going to look funny. And guess what? I'm Trish and I'm Trish. Are they crooked? A little bit. Okay. So with that said, if you have any questions on meditation and how to find it for you, just email me or email somebody else that you've been following or looking up. Email them and say, hey, I'd like to have a little guidance on something. And you know what? They should be able to reach out back to you. I know I will. So I don't know why I'm sharing this at this time, but Spirit was really adamant that I bring out this dissertation. And when was it done? December 18th, 2013. Channeled by Archangel Uriel and the Holy Grid Guardian of our Holy Divinity Grid. Okay, that's a mouthful. So my husband was working in Blomidon, one of my power places not too far away from where I live. And I got to sit out on the grass, and this came through. So I wrote it down as quick as I could. So it's called the 14 Amethyst Columns. All any holy being can do is their part and let Creator's will unfold in and through them. That was the beginning. Divine love being the center column, and the divine love is the Creator's will, wisdom, and will be done. Not for all consciousness, all energies and beings. Doesn't leave anyone out. No one's left behind. Then come the 14 amethyst columns, which surround the mainstay column of divine love. And it starts off with divine truth, the column of divine truth, going deeper to search for our divine truth. So you call in the angels of clarity and truth to remove confusion and any blocks. Next, we have the column of divine respect. Showing respect to self and staying balanced to self. Because when you respect yourself, it's so easy to respect others. So allowing any positive action of correction in and through all that is. And I have a saying, correction is direction. So if I'd rather know without going through a whole lifetime that I have to correct something and take a different direction. And then we have the column of divine honor, knowing that all are responsible to all in action, thought, and deed. So this is adhering to the law of oneness, not crossing someone else's dominion or domain, being who you are and being comfortable in that. Then we have the column of divine intent, following our true purpose as an individual. So we're part of oneness, but we're individual. Sometimes that's really hard to balance, isn't it? So maintaining our connection to all in oneness, but not melding into the oneness, still being who we are, how we are, what we are, and knowing that we're part of that oneness and that everyone else is part of my oneness. Then we have the column of divine grace. Surrendering to being open in mind, spirit, heart, and soul. And there's that oneness. There's that openness. So when you're open, your intent is to be all that you are, your whole being. Your intent is to remember who you are, all that you are. And your intent is to fulfill your divine purpose and intent. So. And then we have And divine grace, the column, is also accepting change of priorities and standing in faith and trust. Very strong gifts to have. Then we have the column of divine freedom of autonomy. I didn't get this one for a very long time. So be your divine self, judged, not least you be judged. So do not be judged by any being, thought, entity that is not standing in glory, because any divine being or entity standing in glory would not be judgeful of you. Okay? There's something missing there. Or there's something that's triggering between you and that other person that needs to be worked out. The next column is divine humbleness. Know your value and your worthiness. Do not entertain unworthiness, nor do your work in ego-driven misconceptions. This is the column of divine humbleness. Divine unity column. Separation is non-existent with the knowing of connectedness to the oneness. In other words, how may I assist? A lot of people help others or jump in to rescue others or take over and control the situation to fix it. But the best thing that I find, anyone who wants to help me in any way, how may I assist? Then I can tell them, oh, I need you to get the flour, I need you to get this, that kind of thing. Or I'm setting up and I need those stones over there. How may I assist? So ask somebody how you can assist them instead of assuming how they want to be assisted. That brings unity. Then we have the column of divine healing. Do your inner work and assist others to do theirs. Call on Archangel Raphael and the blue and green balls of divine healing. They are super, super, super tools. Archangel Raphael and the blue and green balls of divine healing. Next, we have the column of the authority of compassion. Actions of kindness, not cruelty. Do all you can, and when there is no more to be done, pray and leave it in the hands of our loving Creator. Compassion for self as well. The next column, liberation of spiritual gifts. This is living in unity with the physical brain and the spiritual mind. Pass me on this initiation and ask Archangel Gabriel to update your spiritual toolkit. When you feel like you've got so much coming from the universe that you can't handle it, that's when you say, all right, pass me on this initiation and set me into divine action and motion now. Purity of peace column. Remove any negative intent, be it of exterior or within your being. Do your holy work by standing in your own original purpose and intent for being. When I feel really confused of what I need to do next, then I ask to be placed into my own original purpose and intent for being. That's it. Brings it all the way back to me. My responsibility, my right. Then we have the column of integrity. Be who you are, no matter where you are or whom you are with. Tough one. Responsibility for one's own actions, thoughts, deeds, and energies. You're responsible for what you carry, what you give off, and what you give to yourself, actually. And the last column is divine action by divine guidance. Do not act only of self-will, as this is a separation from spirit and soul, which leads to disconnection of one or more levels of your being. Reconnect and seek answers from all that you are and all that you are connected to. With divine love being the center column, these 14 amethyst columns are the divine rights and divine gifts of each and every soul that has chosen to stand in glory. That means has chosen to do their purpose and intent. Each holy column will always bring one back to the center of their connection to the Creator. So if you can only get a few of these, call on the one that works for you the strongest. Whatever you are going through, if you can achieve even one of these soul rights and gifts, then all the rest shall be attainable. Reconnection to our loving Creator and divine love. The holy amethyst is the tie that binds these to oneness through its divine gift of true awareness and self-worth. And that is the divine 14 amethyst columns. I hope that helps you in some way today. So see you next time on Divine Guidance with Patricia. I'm going to be changing and structuring a couple things different in my show, more interactive. And may Creator bless you and your family. And may your eyes and heart be open to the beauty that's coming into this world right now. And may you open and be blessed to know that you're part of this beautiful, beautiful age of Aquarius, moving into the golden age. And I can't wait to meet every single one of you. So divine blessings, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. Thank you for listening to Divine Guidance with Patricia on TransformationTalkRadio.com with me, Patricia McNair. Tune in next time to explore more challenges that can help you achieve your whole being. I know we are all capable of truly being whole, and with a little empowerment, anyone can access an entire universe of knowing that is just waiting to be explored. For more information about me and my services, visit divineguidance.earth. That's divineguidance.earth. See you next time, where together we focus on solutions for the whole being.